Okay, so I guess to start, how are you today?
I guess I'm doing fine for the second time.
Yeah. Okay, so getting into the questions immediately. When did you start playing the game and who introduced you to it?
Alright, I started playing the game. Actually, wait. I got introduced to the game in update 1.6, and a friend of mine at school, at middle school, introduced me to the game. I thought it was really interesting. He stopped playing like 6 months after, but I got very attracted to the concept of the game, of it being a platformer where you could make your own levels.
Yeah, and then you got hooked, and then you've just been playing it ever since, I guess, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. I also didn't know you could make custom levels until I beat like electrodynamics 2 updates later or something.
Yeah, and that's when you started creating, was it? Or
yes.
yeah. So who was the person who like introduced you to creating? Did you just like find out about it on your own, or was it like someone who was like, oh yeah, there's this editor that you can
I was very distant from the community, you know, because I started playing in 1.6 like on and off. Like I genuinely only knew about like the main levels of the game and didn't even know you could actually play online levels. I had the full version of the game too. I didn't even have the light version. So I stumbled upon this magnifying glass. I click on the search and then I get absolutely fascinated by all the online levels. I think the first online level I ever played was The Nightmare by Jax.
Yeah. And now that's still one of the most played levels of all time for easy demons. I mean,
yes.
And demons, but now it's retread stuff.
It was actually my first demon was actually Club Step.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't the Nightmare.
Mine was the Nightmare. No, mine was the Lightning Road, and then I did the Nightmare. Then I think I went to Club Step probably, and then I just went off and then did a bunch of others.
So there was really no one who inspired me to start putting blocks in the editor.
Yeah, and then
I just did it myself.
Yeah. So what is your favorite level of all time?
That's a pretty hard question depending on the update, because I could definitely say some of my favorite levels of all time. Maybe Artificial Ascent for 2.0, Artificial Ascent, maybe Cataclysm for 1.9. A lot of Serponge levels, but they are generally all good.
Yeah, because they were all really
my favorite creating style is definitely Heinz style. This Lugia type of metallic style that requires pulses and whatnot. These acid notation songs.
Yeah, because they're like really like, I don't even know, like drum and bassy, I guess, with I don't even know how to describe it. Like, I can't really describe me. I can't really like describe
they're also very intimidating, and I like that type of song style. Don't call me an emo.
Yeah, cool, I guess. But yeah. So, what is your favorite level that you've created or hosted? Because of course, Omega and Sigma, like had a pattern. What was your favorite one that you've made?
Oh well, depending on the Mega collab, well, obviously the most emotional hosting experience was definitely my first ever Mega collab Gamma, because it's been actually a full roller coaster of different
I remember like
people.
Seeing a video about like the history of like Omega, and wasn't it by Northborg? And it was actually really interesting about how like you got like a few people.
Yeah, the Greek letter series. Yes.
Yeah, it's like a really good series.
Well, actually, the most proud level I am of in the Greek letter series, I'm proud of, is Sigma, because how well it's executed, and I also really like the song. But the hardest level it took me to host was definitely Gamma, because I literally started from zero.
Yeah,
I was a nobody when hosting Gamma.
You started from absolutely nothing. Like a 3-part series with tons of famous people.
Yes, and I'm honestly very grateful for the community I managed to build.
Yeah, and they're all really good levels. Like, and I was gonna say.
Why, thank you for that compliment.
No problem. How did you kind of like? I'm trying to think now of like what okay, yeah, well actually this is a question. Will you ever make like another level in the series, or is Omega the last one?
The levels exist for a reason. I don't just go one day, I just don't wake up one day and I'm gonna host the 5th level in the Greek letter series. No. I started Gamma because it was the first mega collab I ever posted. I took some criticism, some harsh criticism, and I told myself, yeah, I could really do better, and posted Sigma. Then I decided that even when Sigma was out, it had some flaws. So I did like Omega was like the level that was supposed to be the end of it, like the best level visually and game-wise. Even though it's not as memorable, it's actually prettiest looking level. It's very clean actually.
Yeah.
But the most intimidating and the most atmospheric was definitely Sigma. Now that's Greek letters aside, I generally believe Celestial Forces is also a level on its own. It's a very great level.
Yeah.
I am extremely proud of it. Thanks to Gaiden for the wonderful layout he made. And it still has its charm even after 2 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. That's like longer than I've been playing actually, I think, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, who are your favorite like creators? So you said Heinz and Serpanj. Anyone else?
Yes, Heinz in the old 1.9 days was definitely very inspiring. I also looked up to Zobros and the Crazy Man 50, Kermael. You could definitely say Serpanj is actually up in there, and not to mention, yes, the one and only Vibran. He was the one who actually motivated me to compete and post levels.
That's pretty cool. Actually,
So So yeah, a lot of creators. I actually don't like to put like a certain segment of good creators that I aspire to become. I like appreciate the existence of everyone in the community. Like everyone here has their own role in the community, no matter how small they are.
Yeah, so another question now. If there was one thing you could say to your past self, as in like when you first started playing Geometry Dash, what would you say?
Something I'd say to my past self when I first started playing.
Yep.
Well, not to be a dickhead, because I used to be a massive dickhead back in the day. I used to be a shitty person back in the day. I didn't even put into consideration about how harsh my words could be when judging a level.
Yeah.
I would invite a person to my mega collab and then literally bash them over how bad the design was. Even though that's kind of hypocritical because I wasn't the best creator at that time. But yeah, that was honestly a very toxic moment in my life. That was like 3 to 4 years ago. So yeah, the advice would be a decent person.
Yeah, so like okay, so who would you think is a good like up and coming creator who you hope gets more attention for like what they make?
Oh, a good up and coming creator. Well, I knew Para before Cold Sweat, and now he's been popping off recently, and that's very good.
Yeah.
Another good creator is DJOXY. He's one of the most underrated creators of all time.
Yeah, actually, so I might check him out sometime.
Yeah, he's an incredibly talented person, and he isn't very boastful about what he makes. So he's a very humble gentleman.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, so what was I'm assuming it would be Gamma. What was like the first collaboration that you ever joined that you can remember or hosted either?
Well, I joined the general community, like talked to other people about the game on Google Plus back in 1.9. So there were these random ass collabs that people started, and I was like joining every single collab. Oh yeah, we are friends, let's collab. So I can't really remember other than there just being one level which I forgot the name and song. I only remember like bits of the name. So yeah, it was like a 1.9 2.0 collab with like 500 objects. It was very embarrassing.
Yeah, so like okay.
Yeah,
so
but it was fun. It was fun. Like if you have some fun playing this game, then everything could go to the garbage.
It's like it's not just like because like the whole point of the game is supposed to be having fun. It's not like
yes, exactly.
It's like I mean you can grind for CP if you want, but it's like it's not like.
Oh, by the way, something I've seen in past interviews, you put some incredibly loud background music, and my voice is low, so I recommend if you like tone down the background music, or else people won't even listen to my voice. They won't even hear it.
It's already tuned down. I'm trying to fix it up a little bit in the future and in like new interviews interviews I'm going to be making soon.
Yeah, I see you have a lot of potential. You're a pretty nice guy. But yeah, I think you're speedrunning these interviews. Like you're wanting to interview the whole community in like what, a month or something.
Well, I just want people to be able to like know more about the people that like they watch or like have heard of. Like get to know more about like their history of playing the game.
That's a very interesting concept.
Yeah. Has there ever been like a time where you've just thought about quitting the game? As in like just flat out, just closing it and never...
Yeah, the last year of high school, I was very busy with studies and whatnot, and I actually quit the game from August 24th up until April 1st of 2020. This segment of my life was very chill. I didn't even do much. I didn't focus on what the community had to say. I even opened Discord by accident one time and saw like 130 DMs from random people. So yeah, it was honestly it was the experience, yeah. So when I got back into the community after I finished exams,
Yeah, I'll be right back. I need to let my cat out of my room because he's currently being very loud and meowing. Piss off.
Oh. Okay. Subscribe to Mindcap.
Okay, yeah, sorry. God damn it. This is why I never let my cat in my room, because he always just disturbs me when I'm doing stuff.
Such unprofessional.
It's not my fault he flipping scrams at my door. Yeah.
You're an unprofessional TV host. Delete the channel right now.
But yeah, what are like your plans for the future? Like what do you want to try and do in the future now with your career and
hosting mega collabs and making this community better. I try to have like a character on Twitter. Like I really enjoy posting there and like having a fun time. And also any of the stuff that happens on there. I try to make it a very wholesome place. Yeah, it could be toxic, and I'm not an angel. Like I'm not gonna tell you that I'm gonna make this community the best place ever. No. I am a dickhead. So people on the Twitter community would learn eventually that not everyone cares about your petty drama. Like everyone's here to have fun, or else people will just quit. The Twitter community for good. And the Twitter community is also the GD Twitter community because there really is a top platform for people to talk except Discord, Twitter, and YouTube.
Yeah. So I just want to say thanks for coming on, I guess, and joining me. So yeah, I just like to thank you for that. So
thank you too. What's your name again? Your name literally sounds like an Among Us code. Divine.
Yeah, it's just pronounced Divine.
Oh,
Divine.
Okay, Divine. Nice meeting you, Divine.
Nice meeting you, Mindcap.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem. Bye.
Until next time.
See ya.